with the candidates here at the Port of Mocha Coffee House. Joining us today is Derick Baza Hills. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Kim, and thank you for the invitation.
Of course. What were the primary reasons or your inspiration for running for office?
Well, first of all, Kim, I'd like to thank the people of Guam for this opportunity. Without the support and grassroots movement, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to throw my hat in the ring and to share with the people of Guam what Derick Baza Hills stands for. What inspired me to run for office has to be family. It has to be a foundation of values and principles that you strongly believe in. And for the upcoming years, it's most especially this election. I think that this election is about the future. It is about contrasting records and ideas. And so I feel that I have an agenda to push forward that can improve the lives of many of our people.
What do you think is the most difficult issue our island is facing right now?
I think the most difficult issue that our island faces is jobs. What I hear all around the island and from the University of Guam, our college graduates find it so difficult to find an opportunity to work here in Guam, to find a stable job and a good paying quality job. Many struggling families from low to middle income families, they cannot afford groceries, they cannot afford to fill up their tanks, they cannot afford insurance. And so how do they afford the increase in utility rates to the increase in groceries and gas? Well, it comes down to jobs.
So Derick, tell us what sets you apart from the other candidates. What makes you different from all the rest?
Well, I think what sets me apart from many of the candidates is that I have three top priorities. Priorities that have a substantial platform of background planning, research, and how we're going to craft legislation to actually address these issues.
So if elected, what do you plan to accomplish in office?
Number one thing that I do want to introduce, of course, has to deal with jobs. The first legislation that I will introduce is going to direct many of our resources to small businesses so that government does not make money off the backs of our people, but to foster growth in the community. Yes. And it happens to be that small businesses hire many of our local low to middle income family members and so forth. The plan that I have to offer mainly addresses that if you are a college graduate or if you're an employee working in a small business, then if that business offsets tuition for you, the business has the option of receiving a tax break down the line.
And what are your thoughts on the military buildup?
We need to continue the discussion, but I support mainly our people. I support the buildup. I want to see growth here in our community. I believe the buildup can bring growth, but we have to make sure we're very cautious, not just about environmental issues, but also the economy. Many businesses are hurting because of stalling of the military buildup.
So here's another hot topic. What are your thoughts here on the island for medicinal marijuana?
My position, and I had the opportunity over the weekend to speak to a Republican colleague about this. Now, is this issue affecting our people in a way where we can't afford utility rates, where we can't afford to pay insurance or to purchase groceries? I think the answer is no. Although it is a hot topic, I think it's not bearing to our people to where it's necessary to legalize it, nor are we going to deny it. We have to address medicinal marijuana for people that need it with some psychological, emotional, and mental illnesses.
That's awesome. And Derick, what are your thoughts on casino gambling?
Well, you know, Kim,
for the young people, for the island.
I think you can contrast this to the legalization of marijuana. Casino gambling is a habit. It's not a value, it's not a religion. I think people look at it as a recreational event and activity. I go to the carnival. I have enjoyed my time visiting the casino. I lost and won, absolutely, bingo. And so I think what people want to know is why do positions of candidates change when the topic is good for them or the topic's bad for them? My position is that if it's not going to bear down on people being able to afford to pay utilities or afford to purchase groceries or to fill up their gas tank, then I don't think the issue needs to be addressed as of right now. I think what people want to know about is jobs going to be created? If casino gambling can create jobs and it's stable for them, then I support that.
So on a lighter note, I wanted to ask you some personal questions, if you don't mind.
Sure, absolutely.
So me and the viewers can get to know you.
All right.
What are your hobbies? What do you do for fun?
Well, I definitely like to keep a healthy lifestyle. I like to go to the gym as often as I can. And although if I don't, I like to make sure I eat healthy. I try to persuade my grandparents to eat as healthy as well because
that's hard.
It is hard. And you know, with the culture and how we just grudge upon, Tinactac or, Teresa's Espanol.
Espanol.
It is just great stuff. But I think my hobbies are going to the gym, keeping a healthy lifestyle. Thank you.
So, do you have any stories from the gym you want to share, or any personal stories, funny ones
Well, yeah, sure.
that we should know about you?
I always go somewhere and it never fails that someone asks me, is that you running for senator? And I'm truly flattered. I did run for Agate Vice Mayor in 2012.
Yes.
I lost by 34 votes. Well, I wouldn't say lost. It was a tremendous opportunity for me to meet the people and to run for public office for the first time. So I'm very blessed about that. But for me, when I meet people that ask me about running for office, it's just a humbling situation for me because I don't know people as much as they come up to me and say, is that you, Derick? Are you Derick Hills? Well, yes, I am. And then I have that blessing just to meet them. So it's all in a day's work, and I have a great time. I'm having a wonderful time running for office.
That's great. And do you have anything you want to say to our viewers while I have you here?
Well, I want to thank many of our friends and families, my family most of course, and to the many supporters out there who have continued to lift me up. I think that what people need to be told is that many of the candidates running should not spend time criticizing one another. I think people want us to spend time trying to lift each other up. And that's where I want to make sure that I'm a part of that process. And I want to make sure that the election is about the future and is about the issues and how we're going to solve them all together, not just as a family, but as an island.
That's great, Derick.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for Coffee with the Candidates here at the Port of Mocha Coffee House in Magaña. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.